So Tero, if you want to speak, that would be great.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'd like to introduce my name is Tero, and I'm the director of Novas Elements Limited, and I'm here to talk mainly about battery storage and grid balancing in specific. And I thought best way to start is perhaps answer some questions that nobody hasn't asked yet. So before we ask any questions, how much does the system earn in a day? Answer is it depends. How does the system know when to sell and when to buy energy? Answer is I don't know. The particular utility I'm going to talk about here is called Social Energy, and they've spent about £30 million developing the artificial intelligence behind the grid balancing system that the system relies on. And what we do know is that it is very accurate in doing predictions when to buy and when to sell power. So to kick off this presentation, now all the questions have been answered. I'm going to show you a couple of videos. The first video is a second. Here we go. So the first video shows how the grid balancing is actually done today, and it is actually a person somewhere in a control room looking at the frequency of the grid and also checking out what's happening on TV. And there are delays involved in managing the grid. So here we go. So I believe there's no sound on the video to you guys, which kind of makes it useless. So I'm just going to stop sharing the screen then and go back into lettering if I can. Here we go. So Alison, is that correct that there was no sound to you from the video?
Yeah, we couldn't hear anything, Tero. We can't see you at the moment. Can you pop your video on?
Okay, here we go. Well, the gist of the point of the video was, as I would have to explain, is hold on a second. I see there's a button here. No, it doesn't work. Basically, there are if you have a solar PV system, you can get a battery system installed, and it's fairly obvious. You can store some of your excess power into a battery for later use. And I would like to show you this quickly. I go back into my screen share. Here we go. And you will see that is my house currently. And I am still producing 640 watts right now, and the house is using 256 watts. So instead of letting the power go back into the grid, it's currently heating my hot water. So today I have been able to save 40 pence in gas by heating hot water, and I managed to divert 12.5 kilowatt hours into my hot water tank. So it's been a pretty good day. But at the same time here, you can see I have exported over 5.3 kilowatt hours into the grid. And this could have easily been stored in a battery, and it would have more than offset these 4.1 kilowatt hours that I have actually bought from the grid. So this is where the battery system comes at hand. You store some of your power for later use, and yeah, save some money. So traditionally, this will save you every unit you don't have to buy from the grid, which is still around 18 pence per kilowatt hour. So you're not talking about a great big saving unless you have a huge battery and a huge array and you can effectively manage it. Now, the social energy, like I said, they've spent 30 million or more to develop the artificial intelligence to actually do some grid balancing. And that means you'll get a smaller local battery in your house. And well, it does everything the battery does, but also it is always predicting what is happening 24 hours from now. And it's predicting the weather, talking to the weather station. It's also learning your consuming habits. And other variables, I am sure, because that doesn't amount for 30 million pounds worth of research. But anyway, it can buy power from the grid when it's either free or very cheap. And then during the peak demand times, it can sell some of your stored power back into the grid at a very high cost. And that typically earns hundreds of pounds every year. And yeah, so other battery manufacturers are hot on their heels developing something similar. There's Sonnen have their own system coming up, but the social energy is definitely the first one to be there. And let's see if this video will produce some sound. Can you hear this?
Yes, we can hear it.
And can you see it?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Actually, not here because
can you put it into full? Can you do the kind of full screen one? Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's probably enough of that. And yes, so basically the system will buy and sell power on your behalf. Now, even with a regular battery system, you can do something similar. And especially Octopus Agile seems to be a tariff, which is very good in the differential pricing. So if you have a battery, you can program it to charge around nighttime when you have very cheap power or sometimes even negative price. And what's different with the social energy offering is that the system does it all for you. So you basically just have to get the installer to come and put the battery in, and that's it. You don't have to touch it again. And yeah, it works very well. It's proven to be about 95 to 99% accurate in doing these predictions on when and how much to buy. And before somebody asks, no, it will not drain your battery entirely, and only 10% of your battery is reserved for these grid balancing things. And again, No, it does not cancel your smart export guarantee either. In fact, Social Energy pays bigger smart export guarantee than anybody else, which is over 14 pence per kilowatt hour, I believe. What it does need is a smart meter, and so the differential pricing becomes available. But that's basically it. Let me see if I can bring this video I wanted to show you earlier with sound this time. Can you hear it now?
Yes, we can hear it now. We can't see it. Wait, I'll see if I can get you to. Can you share your screen?
Okay, hold on a second.
Simon is bracing himself for the most difficult moment of his day. By watching his end. When the credits start to roll, he's going to have to deal with a massive surge in electrical demand, what's known as a TV pickup. We're expecting a pickup of around about 3 gigawatts, which is 3,000 million, or equivalent to 1.5 to 1.75 billion kettles selling on. So we expect the demand to pick up over a period of about 5 minutes. Power surges like this are unique to Britain. No other country in the world switches on so many kettles in so short a time. To cope with the strain, Simon has had to put specialised power stations on standby as far away as Snowdonia and Scotland. These hydroelectric plants can send thousands of tons of water plunging down the hillside at a moment's notice, generating huge bursts of power in a matter of seconds. But Simon is also having to ask our neighbours across the channel for a favour. Assist us with the end of EastEnders. We have a French link picking up, and they are picking up 600 megawatts and 100 megawatts. So that's again a very rapid response. Simon is slave to this flickering frequency indicator, which he has to keep as close as possible to 50 hertz. There's not enough power in the national grid, it drops off the scale. Too much, and it shoots off the other side. And he has to judge his timing perfectly. If the BBC isn't quite working to schedule, we notify the time of the programme, and it hasn't actually finished at that time. Simon fires off instructions from his keyboard. The other side of the country, vast turbines rumble into life. In a week, he's up to 150, up to 300 megawatts now. He's still got 90 megawatts is full output. Rich power now. 2 minutes into the TV pickup, and it looks like there's going to be more than enough power to go round. And then suddenly, there's a problem. What is it? Strangely, there's a trip on the additional supply from France. The frequency has dropped dramatically. Simon has just moments to cover the sudden shortfall. He rapidly sends out instructions to get one more hydroelectric plant online. Then, once more, the supply heads back to the safe zone. But it was immediate. But as soon as the frequency had dropped below 1.8, I had to react. Delicate balance of our electricity supply has been restored. But now, across the country, 1 million kettles on boil.
So yeah, that's basically it. And to balance the grid, here we go. So yeah, picking up the phone and phoning hydro plants in Scotland, there's a minimum of 12 seconds delay for the effect to be felt in the grid, and even longer when speaking to our neighbors across the pond. And also, well, I would guess that thanks to Brexit, the price from the French and Danish is going to go up. So the difference between the grid balancing done by thousands of batteries dotted across the country is that it's available in a millisecond. And the grid has already realized how important it is. So they take, instead of a massive amount of power from a hydro station, they take a minimal amount of power from thousands of different batteries. And that is actually very, very effective in doing the balancing. And as a thank you, one income stream that becomes available with a smart battery system is an actual kickback from the grid. And yeah, why not make your battery earn some monies for you? And basically that's it. So you've got the option of storing energy into hot water tank, but there's only that much you can store. Like today, I haven't been able to store enough. Still some going to the grid, or you have the option of storing it into a regular battery, and if carefully managed, it will work very well. Or then you can actually have the artificial intelligence take that control away from you, and it seems to work very well. And we have installed many systems, and the client seems to be very happy with them. Of course, then you have from vehicle to grid systems, which are already online in Europe and are coming even in the UK. So basically, you can use your electric vehicle as a storage for power, and again get some earnings from sharing some of the stored power with the grid. But the social energy is the first, and the only way they make money is if you make money and save money. So basically, earnings is divided in such way that the social energy gives 30% of the earnings made by the battery system, and you keep the remaining 70%, which will be credited against your electricity bill. And together with your existing or new solar PV system, you can get up to 70% reduced electricity bill. And if there's one thing we can be sure about, it's the price of electricity. It is always going to go up. And that's about all I have to say about the battery storage.
Great, thank you very much, Tero. That was really interesting.